Michael Rose Omwana Yo. Actually, if you happen to ask me who is your favorite R&B Ugandan artist of all time, I will tell you Michael Rose on my side.
Michael Rose, dancer or musician?
R&B.
R&B musician.
Of all time.
I would say of all time. Of all time. Of all time.
Oh, Ugandan.
Ugandan R&B of all time.
20th century.
I would say Maurice Kiria.
You say Maurice Kiria.
I would say
I would say Michael Rose.
I would say Aziz Azion.
That's true.
I would say Aziz Azion for me. Aziz, you have just seen Aziz Azion today.
Yes, it's okay, but me, I would say
Michael Rose.
Michael Rose negundi aniyasoka.
Michael Rose
aniyasoka.
Michael Rose no museo musajja she is Asian.
I remember primary Asha Raymond where you guys.
Yes.
Era no yagenda okubira ku map nga kyali Asha Raymond yakyuka nnyo kya.
Ali yaddawo. Ali yaddawo ng'akuwa budansi.
Atwali yaddawo.
Alwakwa ne area vaawo tekyaliwo.
Enaku zino abayimbi tebakyazina.
Enaku zino ba
Twala enaku zino binyiiza nno.
Babera producer tonti mabuno budasi ngala buvumirira mu club na bulwendaga mbukoye kuba twala wasajja ba Michael Rose ngale give you the groove never bato yagala kuzina you really love how to dance
dancing styles. This is when you know you're getting old. Kasola katobitegeera.
The rhythm
febanzira nga bukanda bongo manina kasukano ga mzee ali bichi mwana.
Again, if you look at Lingala's kind of dancing, olaba ngati bazinira ddala. Boba toyina kiwato.
Osoro bizira kati.
Bizina, believe me yunga yakubya Lingala kati. Era wali abatule emudino ne bayimuka ne bakuba dance.
Maja ga muntu azina Lingala ku music aliko kwa mapiano.
Thames ikayaddamu kan wilo.
Mufokola bino mbandagala
olabanga the entire Lingala genre yerimu eyo era yaddamu yennyini
najiteka mu amapiano nafusinga mu amapiano
nanti era ge amazina agatambulirako kati but
nega enaku zino byakomeka yakozana nga oliwo
kuwanika maaso waggulu ndaba abaana nga student awalisa amaaso waggulu ali bwati
okaddiye bitaliso okunyiiza.
It is ridiculous. You're becoming a zombie.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, love you for coming back from that musical break. And of course, in case you don't know, in the building we have a very special, legendary hype man. Abamo waitaba MC, but of course, yatubulide who is an MC and who is a hype man.
Yes.
Abanyaga bampita Stefan Jude Serunkuma ni musajja wa Ndiga. Ndi musajja wa Ndiga, ndi musajja Muganda.
Okuvaawa.
Okuva Muganda gye bava.
Obusibukawa.
Fetu basibuka Maziba. Kulwe Masakoko.
Era nkulaba olaba Masaka balaba.
Kuba batuzaala lubaga batuzika Maziba tetusala lwera tuva wala. Twana akasuka bakanyirira badde tolinamu.
Anyway, I told you before we went in for a short commercial break that when we return, actually we shall be digging deep into the nightlife, events life, you understand, in Pola and Pola. And of course, maybe you could be wondering who is Hypeman. You understand, Hypeman, he has really done a couple of events. He has really worked with a couple of brands. He has associated with a couple of artists. Maybe Hypeman, maybe ndongo jingira did soketu ejukanye muko katono. Abantu bagala tege, especially the new school generation.
I was deported from the UK to 2008.
You were deported?
Yes,
in the UK.
From the UK. There is no problem why we don't.
So you get to
asagenda twatwage kusoma.
Toloka.
Toloka. Omanyi mutambudde bubi temwe bazadde bante batambudde ko nammwe naye nafuna omukiza.
Because they want deport.
like asoka tunyonyole.
Yeah, my mother traveled to England when in the Rwandese genocide.
Yes.
Nagenda ngo munyalwanda nafe tugenda. After a few years, Tony Blanket najja, the new Home Office Minister.
Alright.
Kati we yajja natanga ku reviewing every case that was abagenda mu Rwandese genocide bichi. Kati nze nagenda a bit later kwa na mbere ne jajja wange in Uganda. Kasi when a bit later, so my immigration kati bakebera bwe papula. Tenze nava Uganda to mama wange. So that meant I was arrested at university. Then they went for detention. Ne bajja ne bambuuza ono mama wange nangawo kyogera fena tukoze eki?
Tuddayo.
Tuwedde. Yeah, so 24 hours later I was on Ethiopian Air back to Uganda after Addis.
So, offer ni ngodanga kubanga.
Nga refugee nga deportee.
Yeah,
I overstayed.
Let me ask you, when they deport you, what was the kudamu agency?
No, you can go back because for me I was not a criminal.
It's an appeal.
It's an appeal.
Most
People don't know when you get deported or often a trauma.
Yeah, but most of the time
trauma you get when solo kuddayo most of the times obato China that urge kati nze najja wano I met DJ Hypeman
and Silverback.
Yes. And then I was glad to meet a guy called Templar. Templar was the owner of Club Rouge.
All right.
Some guys. So whenever you was a footballer, now this is MC and I call me even I started drinking. I think I'm coaching.
So why did you choose to leave the entire sport and you, because sports are entertainment, what is garden okola sentezo, maybe not that you can get ozanyira Arsenal.
It was bogus.
What was it?
The sports facilities here, it was bogus, it was never sportsman. Kati
music akwentaisinga atakwana music by that time. So bila naye abakongo bali bamudi mu binyo bana.
No, 208 abakongo bali ba phasing out. During that time it was a lot of hip hop, but like I met Hypeman and then all of a sudden nintano kubera ku microphone, but the way I was expressing myself when I started shouting, I know I can sing, I can do music, but like when I started hyping, something else like was born. Then boss wang and Mr. Hype, that man started paying me 800,000 per night.
So Silverback yakuwa that opportunity. Yeah. Microphone.
So without experience, you're telling me, without experience, you start hyping on the mic, and then all of a sudden, you on your paycheck, 800,000. That was which year?
208.
Silverback is not this kind of person that I gamba quarter micro.
No, but so but I wanted to know one thing. No one started the way they are now. In 2008, Silverback was also a deportee. Sorry, I shared your secret. Yeah. It was also a deportee.
So you had something in common.
So we had this UK kind of thing. Our boss was a Canadian guy.
All right.
Warouge.
Yeah, Warouge. He was a Canadian guy. Of course, Ali by what in Africa, Ali Kajituonda. So Rouge was like a small area, but with a lot of energy. Because Rouge, like Kabbalah, had almost capacity of 200 people. But we used to host every international artist used to come to Uganda. I met so many, Wycliffe Jean, Wycliffe. So in Rouge, when I started hyping with Hypeman playing London music, playing a lot of like urban, that kind of music. So I was born.
That was the time when R&B and hip hop was like on top.
It was on top because even Reddy and Weasel was just kicking the door. Yeah. Nakulata was just coming through during that time.
Yeah.
So 2008, Chameleon was only 8 years into the industry. Kakasa Mbaka, so 8 years later, radio.
2008?
Yeah, because yeah. I mean, because my first concert was Chameleon. Chameleon yansanga mu Rouge naga man okuba bulungi Mike jangu tuwe chivulu nayi nice kugena kokuba outside Rouge. Then Chameleon naja nangamba nti tugende man wali solo bikola nenga ngomanya Chameleon nazo akoze cha saga. Then kuna kula shona nchima. Then twali mabega wa Chadon nenga mpulira ekintu ekivuma nembuza Joseph nenga mwana kichecho nanga nti abo bantu nagula wa nenda abantu. When I saw people, then something funny happened. Naturally realizing I'm more comfortable with a lot of people than a few people.
So where do you get that inspiration or kubanga you can do it to the extent to Muntu or Akabi more like Kogambe Chameleon now picking, because Chameleon himself is an MC. So now picking on Majangu Kuchinechivulu. I'm thinking where do you get that energy, the inspiration?
I think naturally I'm a natural hype.
Okay.
Naturally. Because when I'm on the mic I don't fake anything.
Okay.
I don't fake the voice, I don't fake the words, everything is very organic.
Okay.
So to ekintu kyobera ku microphone kyolanga omuntu akopa naga nakopa nava nga ekirobozi kisakadde. Kubanga bijja mu miro. Nefe tubijja mu lubuto.
Ebuzo no byenyine bya Mr. Hypeman bingi soko.
Okay. So how do you get attached with corporate companies that you've been working with, the likes of big brands like?
I think corporate companies were through bars. It was through Julius Chaze.
Okay. And yeah, like Rouge.
Yes, because like at Rouge, like the funny thing with Rouge, we had like almost Obanka ite kabondo.
Rouge msele yalinga ngabola kolole yenaku zino.
Kolole yenaku zino ya kisiro. Abantu bazina batulane batanga kola buno bugalo wawe nga batudde ne batulane ne bayita bya nga bamwanise ko bupande jubi ate bamanyi ti ago zili ya kisiro.
Kate chini chandi bade chitia sokoleke. Omulembe gukyuse munga gatutona
bagusengera. Amalo manji it's cheap because like from Rouge nga customer you have to deal seating, you have like you have a lot of like rich kids, so buying a bottle was not a thing. You're an MC, you have an open bar for 5 of your friends and the food for your friends. That's your open bar, you as an MC. The bar is open to you. whatever you want to drink, let it be a bottle of anything.
Okay.
You will drink it. If it's let it be food, you will eat the food. After working, you go to the bar and send your cash. To worry, not take a cut, take a
and nowadays the party is so much of lavish. It's like a lavish
It's
party.
not lavish, it's staged. There's no lavishness now. Maybe into your
so abantu bakida mu passion
bakira mu passion bakiyingira kyovala kati omuntu omwe ayingira ebbala nga alina ssente ne bamalako emirembe. Ne bamalako emirembe medi wuyaze medi kino omukazi wa medi agenze mu toyi musooke ne bakujja ne wo today ne bagamba zooka oveeyo sebo omugaggazi
amaalo mangi kyoba obwavu bwe bungi
okitegedde maalo obwavu urban excitement social media n'obwavu.
Okay. Kati tudde ku kire kye twayogeddeko oyingira buzz wakubanga buzz wali omusajja omulala bamuyitangani ow'enviiri
Vito
DJ Vito yabeerangako wabeerawo the guy David Dash. Yes, muyingira buzz mpola mugikuba then later on
negwa.
No, but bamugaba buzz yeka yagwa naye bantu bameka abagwa ekyo ekiseera n'endongo eyagwa. Like a lot of things fail. I don't think it's a mistake of buzz. A lot of things, there was like something like a generational shift.
Because you guys had sustained something, actually authentic, that Ugandan generation, youth, most of them are my youth.
They
would look up to it, admire, and get inspired to do more good work.
Yes, but I'm sitting here with you.
But yes,
you used to be a kid in the crowd.
Yes,
this
is
the job we did. Entity. You by now.
No, the entity is collapsed.
Yeah, with the collapsed entity. By now, Baz, as you an individual, a hype man, MC, about the work stage, Yakabi, what now all by the Inako flag, what you to te walala. No company, Joala Colina, Yalibadeko, level jet tradeke walala. All of a sudden, Baz at the entire big click. Swangs
Baz was Swangs from the beginning.
Yeah, but again, Baz was like an entity. Yali Swangs, but inga Baz wojogirako. Swangs ejamunga, basab contract baba kola.
Baz again marketing is flooded. Because Baz Voyage, it was the only unique thing.
Yeah.
It was the only high school thing when people could actually, parents can come bring their kids to Baz, drop them off and pick them up. Because before Baz, walunga obuno budanke wa usomero kwekweka. Nga bala bafuluma kono kwa brown. Oshegedde buntu wakiro abakwatiridde bonna bonna kati Baz Voyage. Then after Baz being born, it's like when radio hit. When radio hit, Aziz Azioni was born, Jamal Waso was born, the generation of Chameleon was now.
It wasn't.
But no, it was now. There was a new culture.
It was challenged. Wogamba now.
Yes.
No, it was challenged.
At the time from 2008, abasajja baba kuba muziki. Paka webafuna engege je bakuzikizamu akasajja.
Nedda sebo.
Oshegedde. Kubanga when radio was born, as when I call it generational shift, it's like when you start
radio
something.
Was the entire covering because Ogambi Azizi wali.
No, it was born. The new generation was born. For us, when we came to do Buzz, these guys were in school.
Yeah.
Now it's on TV.
Most of us were in school.
Yes, it's on TV. Inspiration like through other elements that come through because there are people who have started this thing and you saw that person on stage and you liked it.
Yes.
My question is, what went wrong?
What went wrong? They flooded the market.
That is not an excuse.
It is an excuse. The market was flooded.
Because he's not a CEO, but he was.
The market was flooded because
so
the market was flooding and Kadanke was born. Then after Kadanke was born, now other entities were cutting a buzz at the same time. Culture masomero nefe yokusoma
cheka buzz je togirako abantu singa producer badaso olutufunira buzz eno ngovudde mu creating a new artist yali recognizing kuva kuba producers ba DJ awards eziri authentic vakubino just awards ezija ngaza particular
buzz awards are authentic buzz livers rock was
authentic mwali recognize the entire entertainment as an entire sector so the way you had handled this thing was professionally
but let me tell you something about buzz for us at buzz at one point we hired labor
by who?
By Julius. Most of us were hired labor by Julius. And when you're preparing an event, hired labor is one of the last things.
All right.
Do you understand? Chameleon is hired labor. I am hired labor. DJ Shiru is hired labor. Nti omala okuteka Chameleon ogamba katwetaagani.
In-house.
For us, what we did, we grew and inspired on these platforms. but we never had a hand to sustain anything.
Okay. Dev Dash Yaragawa.
Dev Dash, after his scenarios, he had like a drug thing. He married his therapist and went to Canada.
Yeah.
That was very interesting.
Canada.
Most actually abali mubaza basinga mubagenda bwe.
Dev Dash is in Canada doing God knows what. I don't know what Dev is doing.
Okay. So let's talk about Hypeman and his relationship with artists. Yeah. So you were big friends with Chameleon. You know, because
we became
at
friends.
a certain point they were like Leon Island MC.
Yeah, because
Chameleon waba ina echivu. Hypeman
yabera alinga handman.
Oversee Hypeman is Doug Nice.
No,
yes.
Even Douglas is even.
No,
what people don't realize, because some of us were humble. Humble and very, I don't know how to call it. We're very humble people. But I am highly talented.
Are you still his Chameleon?
Of course, Joseph is my good friend.
Okay.
We go home, we talk.
Yes. There's a time by today that was Buzz way back in time.
Thank you my friend. Ate naawo.
Yali fiki.
Nga yakajja abafiki.
Baby.
Okulaba ko audience dala. Nga Buzz
it was Buzz. Buzz brought a lot of people, by the way. It was a good platform because ola Buzz yakolangamu ekintu kyayo prior to Buzz nga Buzz tenatuuka. We used to go to schools and give away magazines.
Yes.
And ask that school to give us their students on that day because the culture was reading is dead. Ani agula magazine.
But social media
they were very unkweka mu sente tojazira kwa jajiri.
Because siri ku simu wali utadde ku simu. Wali platform nga bagita Buzz nge to update video.
I think those are questions for Julius to answer.
Okay.
But like for me Buzz marketing here from the grassroots nti abana bajjanga.
Good marketing.
Abana bajjanga through the Buzz magazines. Nga abana bagenda ne voting through Buzz magazines. Rivers Rock. Buzz magazine still.
Anyway, aside from the Buzz, actually, let me ask you as a hype man.
It was Busy Signal. I think it was Busy Signal.
Beach.
Yeah, Beach. Then it was Conscience. Second time, first time. Then Chameleon.
Chameleon go concert.
It is Chameleon like all the concerts.
Never funa ko mtaka ya ne Chameleon. I remember there's a time when Chameleon.
Yeah, I robbed him.
Togala kwa yenso kunyigensa.
Chameleon
nakutonya chai chitia.
Mubinyono nga kulanga mubinyo.
Twali ku Facebook ne tulaba wanted.
Wanted sibanyi koni man.
Yati yakuleka sityaba watu.
Yandeka. Uchi. Obadde shi.
Soko nyonyole gwanga.
Wama tugenda kole ku stage tugenda.
Aizo kugira wano.
Me and Chameleon we had a misunderstanding. Nakuba show ya Dar es Salaam, I think, netukuba Fiesta. Twakuba Star Times Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta Stadium. Then netukuba Fiesta Festival. It was on the beach in Dar.
You used to act as a hype man?
Yeah, not act. I am the hype man. It was no acting.
So you used to hand him up to
like,
those ends.
So you do the event and then you personally handle you're a personal manager to Joseph. Because there is manager who but you have a personal person.
Yaddako ku stage.
See, yaddako person day to day. What are you eating? What are you doing? What are you gonna wear?
So kutakanya kijja kito musajja okutimba.
Kumukuba maja.
Batugamba akasimu maja.
Senga twalumba obusimu sente musaba kuncha na baba obusimu.
Jonyole gwanga.
Baba obusimu bali bayiriza fix for my komana mutani oyo.
VIP
jemu.
Tugenda
VIP saga.
Naega ekiriwo ekiti tugenda kugendako mu music a short musical break atono tuzanye ku request z'abantu mpola mpola.
Ngenda banyumiza embozi ya Kamili.
Then later on when we return agenda mala embozi ya Kamili atuogeremu ku ensonga endala jenjaga tuogeremu is that how comes that in other countries in other industries we see artists working hand in hand with hype men. Osanga omuyimbi nga ina hype man we over. You get
because other countries they have an industry, we have a fraternity.
We have a fraternity.
On that note,
Anyway, we shall talk more even about the hype man, the MC industry, or about federation here, Batwala, over bintu bingi between no kuogerako, okay? So DJ Easy take us more in some more music.